Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the great daily motivation, 365 days of being consistent, staying consistent, and doing what we need to do on a daily basis in order to reach our goals and to master our craft. And this is video 60, man. We're moving. So that's 2 months, 2 months of consistency. So let's keep it going. We're only in the first quarter of the year. So you got to keep it going. Always got to keep it going. And today, since it is a beautiful Valentine's Day, I want to talk about love. And I actually got a great chapter, The Law of Love in Destiny on Purpose. If you haven't read it, I would advise you to read it. It's such a deep chapter because I know love is a very misunderstood word. Many people have very misconceptions of what love is. They think it's just a feeling, it's Hallmark cards, and it's flowers from the store, and it's the cheap jewelry that you got at the mall. But in reality, it's deeper than that. And I think one of the best books I've read that helps get you to truly understand what love really is The Game of Life and How to Play It. And also, this book here, if I can find it, I just literally just saw it. Here you go. The Shack. The Shack. If you've never read it or saw the movie, I would advise to. It's such a good read and such a beautiful movie. And it talks about love. And what is love? Love is acceptance. Love is acceptance. So there's power in loving yourself because you get to accept yourself with all of your flaws. Because the misunderstanding is that you have to be perfect. There is no perfection. It's loving your flaws because those flaws are you. Now, you can always improve on those flaws, but your natural flaws, your height, your weight, your face, your looks, is a part of something dynamic. Meaning, you wouldn't look the way you look if it wasn't for a reason for your destiny. There's a purpose in everything. So when you can accept who you are, you accept all the flaws. And when accepting your flaws, you are actually accepting your destiny. You're accepting your purpose because your flaws is aligned with it. If you're a certain height, you're supposed to be that way. If you're a certain weight, you're supposed to be that way. Now, a lot of it can come from bad eating and bad choices, but that's a reflection of you. And that means you can change it, but you can only change it by loving yourself. Meaning, if you can love yourself big, you'll adore yourself smaller. In other words, when you can see yourself for all the beautiful things that you have in your life, that is when you catapult towards your destiny. You are who you are for a reason. So your flaws, thank you, Silas, for your comments. So your flaws are not flaws at all. They're actually a part of your overall destiny. So love is the acceptance. So when you accept yourself, that's when you elevate your vibration to a certain level. Because again, if you can love yourself broke, you'll adore yourself rich. But the only way you can go from one to the other is to love yourself as is. To accept yourself as is. I'm not supposed to be perfect. I'm not supposed to be like everyone else. I'm supposed to be me. And when you can accept that, that's when you can get into the wells of knowledge within your body that says, okay, what am I supposed to do with my own life? It is the acceptance of you that takes you to your destiny. And again, I said one of the books that really talks about love in a very dynamic way, at least to me, is The Shack. Why? Because God loves. And God appears to the man in two ways. One, as a mother type. A very homemade, listening, coddling. Oh, it's going to be okay, baby. It's going to be all right. That's a part of love. That is. But there's two sides of it. And he also became the father. A little bit more tough. A little bit more strength you need. Tough love, which you also need. See, many of us think that in order to be loved, we have to be accepted by everyone else. But really, when you accept yourself, that's when you stop self-sabotaging. That's when you stop ruining your own self. That's when you stop having insecurities. That's when you stop feeling bad for yourself. Because I especially want to talk to ladies is, if you ever talk to a man, a real man, you really hang out with a man, they don't like the perfect, whatever society calls perfect. I'm hanging with my boys, and like, if we see like a model type girl, like, skinny, tall, that type of just, or I see a girl that, a little bit more flawed, have a little bit more, some stretch marks, or, is a little bit more thick around the waist. I would gravitate towards that girl. Why? Because the flaws are beautiful. There's beauty in your flaws. Instead of you looking and comparing yourself to somebody else, you look at yourself and say, you know what? There's beauty within me. There's perfection within me. Now you can fix up the package, but at the end of the day, you are still going to be you. So when you accept your flaws and fix the ones that you can and accept the ones that you cannot, you are approaching your destiny. Again, it comes in two ways. Love comes in the coddling. Oh, baby, baby, baby. It's going to be okay. And it also comes with, hey, you need to step up. You need to man up. You need to step up. Love comes in two ways. And when you can accept that for yourself to say, hey, it's okay. I may have not done all the right things. I may have made some mistakes. I may have, ruined some relationships. But it's okay. It's fine. It's okay. But at the same time, you have to say, hey, but you know what? Though it's okay, get better. Get better. And that's loving yourself to say, you know what? I can look myself in the mirror and coach myself and say, you know what? Man in the mirror, woman in the mirror, I haven't done all the right things, and it's okay. It's fine. I accept that. But I'm ready to go to work. I'm ready to do whatever it takes. And that's true love and acceptance of oneself. To love yourself is to accept everything about you. And that means getting to know you. Before I ever got with my significant other, I dated myself. And I started enjoying being around myself. And I realized, Richard, you're such a people pleaser. I remember people who call me, and I would always pick up my phone. It doesn't matter what I was doing. Rain, sleet, hail, snow, I would be around people. I'm always picking up my phone. Hello? Hello? What's up? Because I was such a people pleaser. I would say, oh, I got to make sure I pick up this call. But then other people weren't doing that for me. And then one day it hit me. It's like, Rich, why are you doing so much for other people's acceptance when you should be working on accepting yourself? That's why when I'm busy, I love myself enough not to pick up the phone. If I'm in the middle of something, I love myself not to cater to other people because I love myself enough to know exactly what I'm doing and where I'm going. I've done the work with me. I've dated me for a year before I got with my significant other. And then one last thing is, if you're not able to love you, it's going to be highly difficult for anyone to love you. That's why most relationships fail, because you have two people not in love with themselves. And if they can't love themselves, somebody can't truly love them. And so you have to break up because there's really no true love there. But when you can love you and that person loves them, you're a match made in heaven. Because all you do is, hey, we're two people in love with ourselves to be in love. Ooh. I hope you picked that up because it's so deep and it's so real. If two people are already in love, meaning I love me, you love you, now we can love each other because there's already love in the room. But I can't not love me and then expect you to double your love for yourself and me at the same time. It's not going to work. So loving yourself is the truest way in order to become into that relationship. So if you're single on Valentine's Day or you're in a relationship, it doesn't matter. Your biggest obstacle is to love you. And to love you means to accept you for all that you are. And no, love comes in two ways. The acceptance and say, okay, baby, it's going to be fine. And the tough love to say, hey, we got to get it moving. You know what I mean? You got to suck some stuff up. You're going to have to forgive some people. You got to be real. And that two sides of the love is the Alpha and the Omega. And that's truly the wholeness of the one and only Godhead, the Brahman, Allah, Krishna, Muhammad, whatever you want to call it. It's all one. It's all one. It's all the same game. I hope this served you well. Again, this is Rich Fontaine. Either you can agree with me or not agree with me. But either way, I feel that this was a successful conversation. And it always happens with loving you. That you do things for you, not for other people. You go after that job because it's for you. You go after that career because it's for you. You write that book because it's for you. You write that song because it's for you, not for anyone else. When you can start doing things for you. People say, and I grew up in a household with that. People say, oh, it's selfish. You do stuff for you. That's selfish. No. The person that's telling you not to go after you, not to love you as you are, is selfish. Because they want to convert you and change you for them. Because they don't truly have the love within themselves. We've been taught backwards. You love you first, everything will fall into place. Love you first, and everything will fall into place. I didn't get the love of my life, my relationship, until I learned how to love me. I didn't have the chance to follow my dreams until I learned how to love me. I didn't accept being alone and by myself until I was ready to love me. And once I started loving me, trust me, those suitors will come out the woodwork. You'll have guys blowing up your phone, ladies, and girls will be hitting you up on Facebook, man. I promise you, I've seen it. Once you love you, it's like you emit this energy like, man, there's already love in the room. So I want to love that person. I hope this served you well. If it did, please like, please comment, please share. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Gregory. Thank you for everyone that had a chance to watch this. Again, if I don't shout you out, it just means I just didn't see you, but I appreciate the love. From my heart to yours, and I really truly see you. Namaste.